everybody. Come on, everybody. Merry Christmas to you.
Bollocks.
Yeah, so just looking up a bit of seasonal Christmas music. Fiddle while I
Okay,
do
well,
that.
it's Christmas time. We've seen through another year, and what a quiet year it's been. Nothing much really to speak of this year. Nothing politically that's happened that springs to mind that I can think of that's really worth speaking about. And of course, there's a number of things that I would like to say, but I will say, what's happened this week? Well, I'll tell you what's happened this week. I don't know if you know this, Barry, but I was drafted. I got a phone call from Tyson Fury.
Oh, yeah, the boxer.
Yeah. He's rung me
What
up.
did he want?
He's rung me up. He says he knew our hand. Do you know I can do quite a good Tyson Fury impression?
Let's hear it.
Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
Right, here we go. Ready? This is not what he said to me.
No,
but
but this is just to illustrate.
Right?
Yeah,
I know the geezer.
Right,
So
okay.
he goes like this. He goes,
I am a fighting man. They put me in the ring with some of the best sparring partners in the country, and none of them could better me.
and that's me what's just done that. That's me that said
He was
that.
not
I've
in the
done
room,
that.
Tyson, because we'd be shitting ourselves.
Yeah, we would be.
But
shitting
what did he
ourselves.
want?
That's quite
What
good
did he
though,
want?
isn't it?
Very,
Quite-
very good.
Yeah,
What did he
credit
want?
where it's due.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No, he's rung me up. He says, I'm in dire straits. I says, I know you are. Could have
What,
told
with
you
Mark
that.
Knopfler?
No, he's not in that no more.
Oh, sorry,
He
he's
got
left
kicked
Dire
out of
Straits.
there because he punched
Okay.
the drummer.
That's right. He's
Right.
very much for the status quo, wasn't he? And they wouldn't
Oh,
sign him.
exactly.
Go on, carry
He was
on.
quid pro quo,
Yeah.
and he was status quo, whatever you want. He says, right. I says, you're in the army now, aren't you? He says, no, I'm not.
It's very much part of the prefab sprout that sprang up.
He says, no, I can't
No,
think no
don't
more.
matter.
Can't think no more. He's gone, do you want to come into camp with me? I says, well, I've got a tent, you know.
Yeah.
And he says, no, me boxing camp, you know. I says, oh.
Oh, yeah, I knew that's
I
what you
said,
meant. Yeah.
yeah, of course
Yeah.
I knew that because I'm in the game.
Yeah.
And he goes, no, I want you to be my sparring partner. I
Bloody hell.
says, all right, I'm listening.
Yes.
I'm listening, you know. And he goes, yeah, I want you to be that. I says, all right, what do you want me to do, you know? He says, well, just stand in the ring. I says, okay.
Can't do that, no
that,
problem,
you know.
yeah,
He says,
so
and I'll kick the shit out of you. you know.
Right.
I says,
where's the catch?
I says, well, whoa, right. I says, how much for that? How much you giving me
Yes.
for that? He says, if you do it, if you can last like 12 rounds with me, I'll give you 500 quid. And I says, all I got to do is just stand there and you got to kick the shit out of me. He says, that's all you've got to do.
Yes.
I says, well, like usually,
Christmas is coming, you know.
Christmas is coming, you know, it'll be very handy, you know,
yeah,
buy the
no,
old
yeah.
turkey.
Yeah,
I says, all right, go on. I'll get in the ring. I'm stood there. I says, can I have some gloves and that? And he says, yeah, all right. So he gives me some gloves. I says, can I have one of them hats and all? So he sticks the hat on. Yeah. He gives me a trilby. I says, I'm not sure that's going to help me.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
have
says,
thought so.
it's not going to help me. But I said, I went with it, you know.
Yeah.
And I said, go on in. And he comes out, right, bing, bing, you know. And he starts fainting and jabbing and fainting and jabbing and all that stuff. And then he belts me around the face, right?
With his foot or his hand or
With
what?
his hand. With his hand. He clocks me right in the face. I says, whoa, hold on a minute.
Come on, yeah.
I says, hold on a minute.
I expect the
right?
trilby fell off and it flew off.
Yeah,
Didn't it?
Trilby went out the ring, right?
Yeah.
Because he hit me that hard, right?
Yeah.
I says, oh, what? I says, what are you doing? He says, well, I'm beating you up, right?
Yeah.
I says, well, I'm not sure. I says, what do you do for a living? Right? And he goes, I'm a boxer. I said, well, why didn't you tell me that?
Exactly.
I says, because if you had told me that, I don't think I would have done this.
Right.
You've put, I'm at a disadvantage now because you're a boxer. Are you any good? I says.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, I'm one of the best in the world.
Oh, Jesus.
I says, well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, yeah.
I says, this is an outrage, you know. I said to him, I says, I says, I don't want to get my lawyers involved
Right.
with this, because I haven't got any,
Well, I know
Right,
you. We've got
I've
Kenny, and he don't know
do it, right?
nothing.
Anyway, I says, you're one of the best boxers in the world.
Well,
and
yeah, you
you've
want
got
me.
me in the ring here, and you're going
Yeah.
to kick this shit out of me.
Yeah.
I'm going, well, I don't think I'm abandoning it. I'm
Right.
abandoning it, And I just go to leave the ring, right?
Yeah.
And I turn around, I clocked him straight in the face.
Good one.
Yeah, really good. And
good
then,
one,
well,
yeah.
then he went mental.
He did a windmill on you.
He windmilled me.
Christ.
He's gone clunk, clunk, clunk. He's really knocked me sideways, right? And half an hour later, I wake up and I says, all right, give us some money, And he says, he only lasted a round,
You go, well, I didn't know that there was. We said all morning or something.
Well, no, he said, if you last 12 rounds, I'll give you 500
I see.
quid.
Is that what he
I
said?
says, well, if I'd have heard you properly say that, I said I wouldn't have gone for you, would I? I'm not an idiot,
Yeah.
He says, well, that's your problem, isn't it?
Oh, Christ, I was the
So it's been a bad week.
I was the same with, what's his name? Steve Cram. He wanted me, so could you be, he's a Geordie and that. Could you
What?
be, yeah.
That's
He
very
goes,
good. That's a
the
very good
ex, Olympic runner. He says, could you be the pace setter for me?
Yeah.
Now, this is a good few years ago.
Well,
I
when
was-
your knees are all right.
well, just about, but I was in my 60s at the time.
Right, yeah.
And I says, I'll see the dollar signs flashing
Yeah,
up.
yeah, because there's money in that, isn't
There's
it?
money
Pacing,
in
in
that. Unfortunately, it was in
athletes.
dollars. What I really wanted was sterling. But anyway,
Yeah,
in the end,
because it was the 80s.
because the 80s. Anyway, I've gone, okay, Steve, I'll do it. Like we was out in Singapore way at the World Championship.
All with the heat and that.
The heat
At
and all that.
altitude.
And the mucky food they eat.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
It's
This is how they
Thai
get
curry. This is how they get. It's Thai curry. This
chilies.
prawn crackers. Dog food. The other.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the night before,
yeah.
Steve's going. If I was you, I'd probably
Slow
take it
down.
easy, slow
And
down
you've
on
gone,
that.
yeah.
I've gone. It's a buffet, isn't it?
And it's free. Yeah.
It's free. It's a Southeast Asian buffet. I'm going, don't worry about me. I was in the army.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as long as you're all right with the race tomorrow, and the British Olympic team are coming up.
Yeah.
Barry, do you really need that spicy sausage? For Christ's sake, who are you, me mum?
Yeah, of course I need it.
I'm tucking into all this muck
yeah.
for a muck. The next day I get there.
Get on the starting line.
I get on the starting line.
And your shorts.
They're going, on your marks,
Right.
The gun went off, and
Oh,
suddenly
Christ,
the
yeah.
visions of the Second World War come back.
You've got that post-traumatic stuff?
I've shit myself
Yeah.
all
Oh,
over
no,
the starting line. And frankly, I ran about, 3 or 4 metres they do it in now.
Yeah,
don't they?
these days.
These
Yeah,
days.
yeah.
Steve Cram's bombed up. He's looking behind me going, you were useless, mate. He's gone, useless.
Useless one.
But I have shit all over the starting line. In actual fact, what I done for him,
Orange shit.
everyone's slipping all over the place.
well.
He's off. He's away. Was I? Did I feature at all
you get your
in the
money?
1981 Sports Personality of the Year? No, I didn't.
didn't, no.
There was a special mention.
But you're an
for me.
unsung hero.
Oh, very much
Unsung
so.
hero.
In lots
Yeah,
of
I was an
ways.
unsung hero.
When was you an unsung
I was an
hero?
unsung hero.
Yeah.
In about 19, the World Cup cricket.
I know this. Go on, tell them
I
about
was
it.
an unsung hero because,
Yeah.
right, that Ben Stokes is Andy, and he's a sports
God, he's
personality of the
slog,
year.
he's a slogger.
He's
but
a slogger.
Danny,
He's a
mate.
slogger. Right?
Oh, not many.
But sometimes when they go in the nets, they need they start on what they call a bigger target.
Right.
In the cricket nets when they're belting the ball.
Yeah,
and
I
that,
know.
Right?
Yeah.
And Ben Stokes is going, Angelos, do you mind going in the cricket nets for
Right,
me, please?
yeah, sure,
I says,
sure.
yeah, all right. I says,
Yeah,
I said, but I'm wise to it this time.
Right,
I says,
okay.
how much? for
Yeah,
this,
go immediately.
please?
Yeah.
How much for this?
Once bitten sort of thing,
Right.
yeah.
He says, I'll give you 20 quid, right? I says, yeah, I'll go in there. Yeah, that's fine. I marched in the nets, right? And I got to the end of the net, and I
Yeah.
think to myself, I wonder what he's going to do. I
Yeah.
wonder what he's going to do.
Right.
Anyway, he runs at me,
Yeah.
right, with his
Yeah.
ball in his hand.
Right.
And he does this really strange thing, right?
Yeah.
And he calls it a bowl,
Yeah.
right? And he lobs this ball at me,
Right.
like faster than I've ever seen anything lobbed.
Right.
Right, and it
Yeah.
just whistles past my face.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And he says to me, I says, "Oi!" I says,
Yeah,
"What are you
what's that
doing?" You
sort of
know.
thing, yeah.
He goes, I said, "Well," I says, "What am I supposed to do?" You know. He says, "Use that wooden bat thing."
Oh, yeah.
I'm going, "What wooden bat thing?" You know.
Yeah.
I says, "Oh," and he gives me this bat thing, right? And he says, "Right, use that." Right. So he comes at me again with this ball, right? He chucks it as hard as he bloody can at me, right? And I've swung this thing, this bat at it, right?
Yeah.
And it's gone crack. Right,
Crack.
Wallop, right?
Yeah,
It's gone
wallop.
flown right
Yeah.
back out the net, and that
Yeah.
he says, "Whoa. What I've discovered is this is an accident, right?
Yeah.
I've just got lucky,
Right.
and it's pissed him right off."
Oh, Christ.
So he just changes his angle ever so slightly and
Yeah.
chucks this thing at me, right? And it hits me straight in the face, right?
Christ.
I says, all right, that's what you want to play, right?
Yeah.
I says, let's change this thing around, right? So I stuck him in the net, right? And I thought, right, rather than chuck the ball at him, I just ran at him.
Yeah.
I ran at him screaming right in my face.
Yeah,
I was going,
yeah.
you fucker.
Right up to it.
Right up at him, right? And he's a quite aggressive man. He gets
Yeah.
his bat and he just flings it straight in my face again.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he nearly takes my head off. And he says, "Thanks for this. It's been a very helpful training session."
in a way,
You know,
you
and I
was an
said,
unsung
well,
hero.
I was an unsung hero because
Yeah.
he says you really allowed me to get my eye in. You know, I says, well,
Yeah.
you've caved my eye in. My eye's gone in my face because
Yeah.
of what you've done to me. You know.
Yeah.
He says, "There's 20 quid." I says, "That is fair enough.
Yeah.
That's the going rate for getting your head stabbed in with a cricket bat."
Well, you're very much an
I'm an unsung
an-
hero.
an
Was
un-
you ever an unsung hero?
Oh, yeah, but you don't get the credit
No,
for
you
it.
don't get the credit for
You
it.
know,
No, not in sporting terms.
you
In
know-
political terms.
You know the Daily Mirror Child of the Year Awards?
Yeah, I do know.
Well, to be honest, I wasn't a child. I was in my late 70s at the time. I made out that
You were a child.
I'd nursed my mum and all that. I got some of the local papers to take pictures
What she'd
and
have
all
been
that.
like.
Eh?
She'd have been like,
Yeah, but I didn't.
hundreds.
Yeah, I got Margaret.
She had
to
you when she
dress-
was 36.
Yes, she did. So she
Yeah.
was very, very
She'd have been
elderly when she
106.
died. Yeah, my
Right.
mum. But I got Margaret to dress up as this elderly
Oh,
lady.
I see.
And you know how they do.
Yeah.
Barry looks after his mum. Barry, don't go to school. Events after school, he has to come home.
He's a carer.
He's a carer. And I'd done all this stuff. I went to the Daily Mirror Child of Britain Awards where
Yeah.
I'd been
What did they
nominated.
say?
You know what's the name? Is the Camden Vorderman.
Yeah.
She's
She's
on
running
there.
it.
She's running the show. She's on there. And she saw me in makeup.
All right.
She's got...
And you was trying to make your face
I was
look younger.
really trying to make... She's had a word with all
Yeah,
the
all your hair
organisers
dyed
and
and
all that. And so when I got up on stage, I knew she was looking at me in the audience. And now we come to the award for
Best
child who
child.
looked after her poorly mum. sort
For
of thing.
years.
For years, etc.
Right, yeah,
It's called.
okay. Who else is in the category
Oh,
with you?
all sorts of well-deserving young people
Yeah,
up
all
and down
young.
the country.
That's
Northern types, poor
Yeah,
types,
yeah.
Scotch people.
Yeah, a lot of that. Yeah,
lot of
that's
that
it.
up there.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's eyeing me suspiciously, Carol, and all that.
And you're trying to keep your head down.
I'm trying to keep
under
my head
your
down
fedora.
and keep a wig on, which was put on a blonde wig, you
Oh,
know.
what? Yeah, mullet.
You know what the kids wear nowadays, fedora and that. So
Baseball cap and jeans.
mullet, fedora, baseball cap, and all the gear on.
All
you
them
know.
teeth missing.
Yeah, bother boots, not like the young
That's
people
it.
wear and all
That's it.
that.
Bottle of Coke in your hand.
I was hula hooping, you know, like they do,
Yeah,
roller
on the
skates and
Xbox.
that, eating bubble gum and all
That's
that, you know, they do.
Or getting stuck in your teeth.
Anyway, I can see her looking at me like, you can really gonna come up here? She's like, are you really? And so, the award's read out by Gary Lineker,
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the award, best kid who looks after his mum for ages and that, etc.
It's a very long title.
Very long title
Yeah.
for a very good award.
Very
Very good award.
Very good award.
And
Very
I
good
think,
cause.
and I kept, well, I'm an unsung hero.
Oh, you're very
So
unsung
very
hero.
unsung.
Yeah, yeah.
Please welcome Barry St Michael.
Oh.
Anyway, to my shame, I get up on the stage, and
podium.
Carol Vorderman, I see her going to whisper to Gary Lineker, he's an 80 in them days, year-old man.
Yeah.
He can't... So
You have to
I've
disguise you run at her. You run at her.
I've grabbed hold of the award, which is a very beautiful pewter, someone in a wheelchair, and I've cracked her round the face and that. Oh, sorry.
I slipped. I'm not used to wearing these boots.
I'm very emotional. You know, it can get to you if you're very young and you don't know.
All the hormones raging from my body.
Yeah, from my body as a teenager.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was all...
I don't know if I'm coming or going.
Exactly, and it was all... it was all hushed. The deck, fucking hell, honestly.
Yeah. All maths and that.
All the maths coming out of her ears. She was at 6s and 7s. 6s divided by 7.
Squared by 8.
Squared by 8.
Yeah.
And all round her head, you could almost hear the birds tweeting and sums.
Yeah. Sin, cos, chan, pi.
Pi, cosine.
Cosine.
Logarithms, all going round her
Long
head.
division.
Long division. Moves a decimal point 2 places to the left.
Greater than, less than.
Algebra, equations squared, square roots. Anyway.
She's gone down like a sack of shit.
And do you see her doing the numbers on Countdown now?
No more.
Not no more.
Mate.
She couldn't add up a fucking fish and chip bill.
Right. What, after you cracked her over the head with the award?
Absolutely not. And I've always been... I'm very circumspect when she comes on the telly.
Oh, yeah.
Because, Mark, you say, that lovely Karen Vorderman's on with Rear of the Year.
Yeah.
I couldn't even look at her Rear of the Year. Didn't want to even look at And you know I like an arse. Oh, yeah. Love an arse, me. But I couldn't look at Carol Vorderman's bottom ever again.
No,
Carol Vorderman. I used to go to boredom. I went to the mirror sanded walls one day. Here we go. I got onto the stage and won. Hip, 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 hooray. Vorderman gave me the award. I cracked her round the chops.
Oh, yeah.
And I tell you what, the BBC never invited me on top of the that was terrible, but it's the grief that doesn't let me rhyme these things very well.
The grief is awful. The grief.
The guilt.
The guilt and the grief.
Yeah, the guilt and the grief.
That's the title of my autobiography.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've written. Go very good. Chapter
13
here. I've finished.
Let's hear some of that. It's ever so good. It's for the Christmas market.
Yeah.
But it won't come out this year.
Not next Christmas.
Next Christmas.
Yeah. So this is when I was going out with Jerry Halliwell.
Oh, beautiful this is.
I went out with Jerry Halliwell for chapter 13 of The Guilt and the Grief. This chapter is called Birds.
The Guilt and the Grief, chapter 13, Birds. Yeah.
Right. I went out with Jerry Halliwell for a while. It was okay, but she's a bit crazy.
Yes.
Right. She's all skinny and that from where she doesn't eat. Right. So you can imagine.
Trip over a bit of a sag.
Yeah. So you can imagine what's going on in her brain.
Oh, Christ,
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're out and about in Westfield.
Yeah.
In just off the M40 extension.
Right.
Right. And she's seen this dress, what she likes, and I says to her, "You can't have that. That won't suit you because it's for old ladies."
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, you don't mind." I'm like, I'm getting on a bit. I says, "Yeah, but you dress like you are 12, And she goes, "Yeah, but I'm trying to move into a new image,
Yeah.
Anyway, I says, "Okay." She says, "Will you get it for me?" I says, "Okay." So I've got my purse out, right, and I got wore the cash out because I had a good time on the bookies that morning, right?
Yeah.
She'd been in there with me in the bookies, and she said, "Don't put it on the horse," and I says, "I'm going to," and I had, and I'd won it anyway.
Yeah.
Now the tables has turned.
Oh yeah,
because I was going to buy her this dress with the cash I'd won in the bookies.
Very good storyteller in this. Go on, yeah.
Well, so I've gone in there. I says, "Can I have that one in the window?" And they've gone, "What is it for you?" I says, "No, it's for her.
If you please.
If you don't mind."
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, okay, lovely." Anyway, I'll get it the dress, and I says, "Do you want to try it on?" She says, "Okay." And she goes into the changing rooms and tried it on. Anyway, the night before, we'd been out to the Asian buffet.
Oh, yeah.
And she'd eaten lots of stuff and that. All sorts of muck off the buffet. And I says, how's your horses?
Yeah.
I says, I thought you never ate nothing. And she goes, no, I do eat sometimes when we come to the Asian buffet. Well, I says, okay. Anyway, what I hadn't told you in this story is that at breakfast, because we'd had a row after we'd gone to the buffet, I got up early and I had stuck a load of laxatives in her tea. Because I was really annoyed with her.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So after we'd gone to the bookies and won the money and gone to do the dress, I was starting to feel a bit remorseful that I'd given her the laxatives.
Right.
Anyway, she goes in the dressing room and she changes and then she messes herself in there.
Right, yeah.
And then she comes out, she goes, Christ, I don't know what happened, I got caught short. I says, I don't know what happened there neither. Anyway, I paid for the dress because it had all her muck on it, and I put it in the bag. And we went out, and I said, and I didn't say this to her, but I thought to myself, I feel very guilty.
Yeah.
And that's why I come up with the title of this book.
The grief and the guilt.
Grief and the guilt.
Yeah.
But this was no grief on this occasion. It's just a guilt on this occasion.
Okay, and that was a lovely chapter.
Thank you. There's loads more of it. There's about 300 chapters of it.
It's
but that's just what I'm doing. I'm serialising it in the podcast.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, serialising.
Didn't the Sunday Times come to you and say they wanted to serialise?
Well, yeah, but I said no. But I want to serialise it in the podcast. I'm serialising.
Okay.
it.
Well, look, when we come back,
have you got any books to serialise?
Oh yeah. Well, I've just got me folio copy here of my.
Oh yeah.
Is that what they call it? Something
yeah,
like
folio.
That. Folio
proofread.
copy.
I was proofreading it.
Mine was proofread, and it's
What's
all
this,
about.
what is this?
You know
book
my
you've written?
biography.
Oh, you've written your biography for the Christmas market.
Yeah.
This is long overdue. This.
The pain and the glory.
Oh.
The pain and the glory.
Are you gonna read us a little chapter?
Well, I'll read you the glory part.
All right.
Here we are.
Chapter 25.
What's
the title of this chapter?
Oh, sorry. Glory.
Oh, right.
There's
only 2 chapters in the book.
Yeah, there's the
right,
okay. I don't do the pain bit. Not at Christmas.
No,
not
glory's
at Christmas.
the time, isn't it?
So the glory. We was on holiday one year in Torremolinos.
Okay.
We were staying with Margaret's brother Tom and his wife June. I come out of the bedroom one morning. God blimey, if you're in them holiday resorts, some of the birds you see knocking around, tanned.
Right.
And it said, since my problem with Carol Vorderman's bottom, I had given up on arses for a while, and now I was bang into them. Ladies with bottoms, walking around. And as I went out to get some milk, in brackets, strange Spanish milk that don't taste like ours.
That reboiled milk.
Reboiled milk, what they like.
And
some of their spicy sausage in the local Londis, brackets, Spanish style, or whatever it is. I slipped on my trunks and went out. How lovely to surprise Tom, June and Margaret with some nice breakfast when they got up a bit later.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff so far.
As I left the room and took the short walk down towards the beach and where the Londis, brackets, whatever they call it, over there.
I can't remember.
Asterisks at the bottom. I can't remember, and get some of their thrice boiled milk, shit in brackets, and some spicy muck sausage, and some tea bags in brackets. Fucking hell, not much to ask for. Oh, start at the bottom. Them horrible Lipton's yellow ones, the only ones.
With hardly any tea.
With hardly tea you can get over there.
Yeah.
I said hello to a German fella I'd met the night before, in brackets, Gerard or something, brackets with an umlaut,
The name
asterisk,
escapes me.
asterisk at the bottom, all friends now, all forgotten.
There's a lot of
Yeah,
footnotes. It's
well,
good. It's good.
in a biography.
No, it's good. It's a glossary and footnotes.
A glossary. He said something in German, brackets, could have been hello, fuck knows. two asterisks at the bottom. Auf Wiedersehen is goodbye, isn't it? Question mark. Not sure. Hello. Guten
Must look
Tag.
up.
Guten Tag, brackets, must look up. However, this German fella, Fraulein, is it? Brackets, question mark, has given me a funny look down towards where my penis is.
In your trunks area.
Where my trunks. Upon entering Londis, or whatever it's called, and looking for spicy sausage and milk, a lady with a nice bottom walks past me, and it was only then I was suffering from morning glory.
You've gone up, is it?
It had gone right up. Went to the lot on dears. I had just got up for a piers. I wanted to get a pint of milk or whatever measurement they use. I went and I slipped on my flip-flops, maybe my shoes. I went into the market. Oh, fuck it. I had an erection. And I'll tell you something else.
You hadn't had one of them
I was
since
in 1951.
So it was quite an unusual. I see why it became attractive, because it's quite an unusual event.
Yeah, it was really. But when you go on holiday and you relax, that's
Yeah,
sort of
that's
fun.
what happens,
But that
isn't
was
it? It goes up.
That was the glory. It goes right up sometimes, and that was the glory.
I've been on holiday before when I was just like very, very tense and very like, oh God, there's so much on my plate, you know.
Yeah, I know.
But as soon as I get on holiday,
Oh, it's all going
you
up.
know, I sit down there on the lounge and I'm all relaxed, and all of a sudden, before you know, up it goes.
Yeah.
Up it goes.
Yeah.
Up it goes.
Yeah,
you know.
up it
I
goes.
think it's the sun. Like,
Goes right up.
Up it goes. And I'm standing there in the breakfast bar, in the queue, and I'm all tense and that. But I get there, and the sun's out, and the breeze, and I hear the sound of the seas.
Smell of bacon.
Sure enough, up it goes.
Up it goes.
It's like a tempo.
But it's terrible. Some of the time, you've had the unwanted ones at times.
I mean, yeah.
Oh
yeah,
God, that time you got
yeah,
in trouble when you went.
When I went to have a golf lesson.
That golf lesson. Do you remember? You wouldn't expect it to go up there, would you?
Well, it was a very inappropriate place to go up, because I was being taught by a female golf professional.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't play golf.
I
can't play golf, and I had no intention of playing golf neither. But she was gorgeous.
Yeah,
and I says, I'm willing to fork out 30 quid for a lesson here, even though I've got no intention of ever playing again. But while I'm swinging the club, it must have been the fact that I was just brushing the tip against the end of my pants, like from the swing of the golf. And because I was relaxed and I'm on holiday, right?
Well, yeah.
But sure enough,
Yeah.
halfway through the lesson,
Yeah.
try as I may not to do this.
Oh,
Up
God.
it goes.
I've
up it
had
goes,
terrible trouble.
Up it goes.
Up it
She's
goes.
looking at me going, what? I
Oh,
says,
something-
I'm on holiday.
Yeah.
I'm relaxed, so it's gone up, I'm afraid.
Yeah, and
She goes, oh, I get it. She understood.
yeah,
you
well,
know.
she probably has a lot of people with the
Well, it
tip
goes up a
brushing,
lot 'cause of
brushing
that, yeah.
against the...
Like,
I had a
the
very
end of the
similar
cloth.
thing. I went into B&Q, and a very elderly Asian fellow who works in there, I said, could you show me where the tiling... I bought a decent grout for the tiles, and he's going, oh, it's over here, sir, just show me a lovely bit of time. But as I was still talking to him, I don't know whether it was a trolley that must have been
swishing in front of
swishing in front of me, but something rubbed
Something
the
rubbing on
material.
the end of it.
It rubbed the tip, and sure enough, I'm terribly sorry I had to say, I can't concentrate on any of that stuff.
it's
At
gone
that time.
up.
It's gone up.
Yeah,
It's gone, you
gone
know.
up. He's got it understood, didn't he?
Yeah, it's like, well, I
Well, it
don't
happened
know.
all the time with Tower and Great. It's gone up again.
Oh, it's gone up
Gone
again.
up again, isn't it?
Right,
It's gone
that's
up a gear.
horrible, isn't it? It's gone up a gear.
up a
It
gear.
went right up a gear.
Gone up a gear,
Oh
mate.
dear, we've been very crude.
But it's the truth. It's biology in action.
I can't help but do nothing about that.
No, it goes up.
It goes
Goes
up.
up, mate,
And
on
that
holiday.
is the glory.
Beautiful. And
part
when's that? When
of
will
my
that be out?
folio? Well, my first folio. That
It's your
was
folio.
got a lovely review by Robert Runcie,
The clergyman.
the clergyman, ex-Archbishop of Canterbury, and he's put Barry is excellent, in brackets. Who asked me to put this at the bottom? Asterisk. I have said none of this, he says.
This quote has been nicked off me.
It's been so I might.
I was talking about
that.
Barry Sheen.
He's talking about he famously reviewed Barry
Sheen,
Sheen's. But I might.
Robert
Runce's
review of Barry Sheen's autobiography is pretty good, isn't it?
I love that.
Oh, what a review that was.
Yeah, brilliant review.
Barry Sheen's one of the fastest motorbike riders I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And I've seen lots.
And I've seen lots. Yeah.
The Right Reverend Ronald Rumsey.
Ronald Rumsey. Yeah, well, that's how he got away with it.
He just slightly changed, but we all knew who he was.
Oh, Ronald Rumsey. Yeah. Well, we've done about an hour. Gone on and on.
I think we're there.
Oh, guys.
So I hope this has helped. We wish you all a Merry Christmas.
Yeah, very much so. We will be back next year. Angelos and myself are going to talk about what we're going to do with this podcast.
Yes, we are.
Can you let us know for what you'd like more of, what you'd like less of? Will you like us
or would you like to stay the same?
The same.
Yeah.
Just do let us.
No, we value you. And if you listen to the Patreon thing, we will be doing some more health questions. Solving some of your problems.
So thank you for all your emails about that, which we'll be dealing with.
We'll be doing it forthwith.
So go to Patreon, Angelos and Barry.
Then we'll be dealing with that.
Yeah, but until next time, Happy Christmas, guys. Yeah.